The well-known Ford-Ferrari rivalry has deep roots. When Enzo Ferrari declined to sell his company to Henry Ford II, an intense competition was born. This feud made its way to Hollywood screens and solidified itself on the tracks, with Ford securing 4 victories at Le Mans in the 1960s. The relationship between the automotive magnates, however, began in a friendly manner. Henry Ford II, grandson of Ford's founder, was in the U.S. Navy during World War II. In his absence, the aging Henry Ford reassumed the company's presidency. During that period, Ford was facing a severe financial crisis, almost going bankrupt. Returning in 1943, Henry II revitalized the company. His strong leadership and aggressive strategies reinstated Ford in the market. With post-war Europe in reconstruction, Henry II saw an opportunity, the revival of the automotive market. He became intrigued by European sports cars, a promising niche. In search of insights, Henry II and Enzo Ferrari initiated discussions. Enzo gifted Henry a Ferrari 212 Interbarchetta. Interested in both motorsports and European touring cars, Henry II considered acquiring Ferrari. The idea was to acquire an already established brand, and Ferrari seemed like the perfect choice. But the negotiations took an unexpected turn. Enzo wanted autonomy for the racing team, but Ford imposed limitations. The dispute culminated in the clause that prevented Ferrari from competing in the Indianapolis 500. Indignant, Enzo terminated the negotiations. Henry II, now furious, envisioned a form of revenge, defeating Ferrari on the tracks. For Ford, winning the 24 Hours of Le Mans, where Ferrari dominated, would be the perfect retaliation. This triumph would also bring significant marketing spotlight to Ford. With the goal set, Ford had to prepare. The company's expertise in endurance cars was limited, prompting Henry II to seek partnerships. Initially, Colin Chapman of Lotus was consulted. However, his budget was deemed excessive. The choice fell upon England's Lola cars. Lola's chief, Eric Broadley, already had a promising project, the Lola Mk6. This car, featuring a Ford Fairlane V8 engine, had innovative characteristics ahead of its time. This marked the beginning of Ford's saga against Ferrari on the tracks. The performance of the Lola GT in 1963 didn't go unnoticed. Especially at Le Mans, where, despite an accident due to mechanical failure, the model demonstrated potential. Such performance didn't escape the watchful eye of Henry Ford II. Under the leadership of Henry II, Ford wanted more than a functional car, it wanted to be unbeatable. Recognizing the potential, they decided to hire Eric Broadley, Lola's chief engineer, for an ambitious mission, to design a racing car that could surpass Ferrari, which at the time held 4 consecutive Le Mans victories. With Broadley came an elite team. Among the selected individuals were John Wyer, former competition chief of Aston Martin, and Roy Lunn. Under Wyer, Aston Martin had already tasted victory at Le Mans in 1959. Later, he would be known for his work with Gulf Racing. The new project would use the Lola Mk.Vi GT as a reference. Elements like the centrally placed Ford engine and monocoque structure were retained, but with significant enhancements, including the innovative roof-cut door, designed to expedite driver movement. This effort resulted in the birth of an impressive machine. Named the Ford GT, the car displayed elegant and bold lines, retaining the robustness of the Ford Fairlane's V8, now paired with a Calotti gearbox adapted to the new structure. The GT was distinctive, wide, low, and standing at only 1.02 meters in height, hence earning the name GT40. However, 1964 brought challenges. Tests at Le Mans revealed aerodynamic flaws. Instead of staying grounded, the car seemed to float at high speeds. This issue, combined with overheating and transmission failures, put Ferrari back on top, frustrating Henry Ford II. The atmosphere between Ford, Broadley, and Wire was not harmonious. Methodological differences were clear, making collaboration complicated. In response, Ford transferred the GT40 project to Carroll Shelby, already known for his success with the Ford Cobra. Under Shelby, changes happened swiftly. The aluminum engine was replaced with a cast-iron one, paired with a more reliable German ZF transmission. Various GT40s were adapted, including convertible models, echoing Ferrari. The chassis continued to be produced in England, but the original designs by Broadley were now under Shelby's critical eye. Ford, on the other hand, continued to fund all necessary innovations. Shelby's motto, "There's no substitute for cubic inches," gained prominence in 1965 with the introduction of the GT40 Mk.2, equipped with a 7-liter engine from the Ford Galaxy. Broadley's version of the GT40 had potential but needed refinements. And Ford was willing to pay the price to ensure it was unbeatable. This became evident when an unconventional test was conducted at Willow Springs Track, a location in the US similar to Le Mans. In this landscape of passion and innovation, the Ford and Ferrari rivalry wasn't just about speed. It was a tale of determination, engineering, and the relentless pursuit of perfection on the tracks. At the forefront of automotive innovation, the Aeronutronic Company, an aerospace subsidiary of Ford, conducted experiments with the GT40. Using cutting-edge equipment, key figures in the GT40 project, Ken Miles and Phil Remington, made a qualitative leap based on aeronutronic data. The goal? Enhance aerodynamics, focusing on cooling and drag reduction. Significant changes included replacing wire-spoke wheels with wider alloy models to accommodate broader tires. Weight and traction were the team's targets, wire-spoke wheels were heavy, and narrow tires compromised grip. Opting for sturdier Goodyear tires revolutionized the car's dynamics. Its weight reduced, and the suspension underwent extensive revisions. It was also imperative to enhance the machinery's reliability. The Fairlane's aluminum engine had already been swapped, but issues with the Colotti gearbox persisted. Thanks to Shelby's team and the collaboration of an English Ford engineer, new gears and synchronizers corrected most of the flaws. Meanwhile, the manufacturer Lola, in partnership with the American team, sent an aluminum chassis to Bruce McLaren. This experimental project, aiming for greater lightness, resulted in the McLaren Ford GT40 X1. Initially equipped with a small block engine, it later incorporated the powerful 7-liter big block. With various transmission tests, it was a hallmark of innovation. However, at the 1965 24 Hours of Le Mans, Ford faced setbacks. Despite the impressive laps by the GT40 Mk.2, Ferrari emerged victorious, occupying the top 3 spots. Investment in the GT40, however, didn't cease. The robust big block engines, inspired by those used in NASCAR, demanded durability. Ford dedicated hours to simulating races on the dynamometer, striving for maximum efficiency. With million-dollar expenses, the anticipation surrounding the GT40 was colossal. Despite the efforts, Ferrari still held the Le Mans trophy. But in 1966, past experiences informed improvements in the vehicles. GT40s were everywhere, represented by 8 Mk.2 and 5 Mk.I at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. In the grandstands and pit boxes, Henry Ford II, accompanied by an elite Ford team, monitored the competition. Leo Beebe, in charge of Ford Europe's marketing, now also led the company's racing program. Invited by Lee Iacocca, BB, who had never witnessed a race, immersed himself in the automotive universe. With a monumental responsibility, he received a sharp message from Henry Ford II before the 1966 race: "You better win." A moment that encapsulates the pressure and determination surrounding the iconic GT40. In an unprecedented journalistic analysis of the automotive world, we delve into the historic 1966 race. Everyone awaited the clash, Henry Ford II against Enzo Ferrari. And Ford came out on top. The podium was dominated by three Ford GT40 Mk.2 cars. Renowned team Carroll Shelby celebrated as their cars claimed the first two spots. However, the decision to have three cars cross the finish line together generated controversy among the drivers. Bruce McLaren and Chris Amon bypassed instructions, securing their positions at the front. This event stamped the GT40 into history, also marking the Ford-Ferrari rivalry. The GT40's victories didn't stop there. From 1966 to 1969, Le Mans witnessed the machine's dominance. In 1967, the long-tail-bodied Mk.4 shone under the command of Dan Gurney and A.J. Foyt. However, safety regulations limited engines to 5 liters. The larger GT40s were left out, but the Shelby Cobra 289 model still competed. And it was precisely with those that John Wyer won in 1968 and 1969. The year 1968 was milder, but in 1969, the GT40 defeated Porsche by a minimal margin, an impressive feat. These 4 consecutive Le Mans victories earned Ford the reputation it desired and dealt a blow to Ferrari's pride. For Enzo Ferrari and his team, Le Mans victories became a distant memory. After 1970, regulatory changes impacted the GT40's performance. As Ford had already surpassed Ferrari, they decided not to invest further in the model, ending the program. The GT40 entered the annals of automotive history. It faced numerous challenges but earned the title of Ferrari Killer. However, the GT40's legacy didn't end in the 70s. In the new millennium, the iconic car resurfaced as the Ford GT. Its design echoed the old GT40 but with modern technologies. While it achieved victories, its return to Le Mans in 2011 was not successful. In 2016, the new Ford GT, equipped with advanced technologies, took the stage. Competing in the GTE Pro category, the new GT faced the Ferrari 488 GTE. And 50 years after its iconic victory, Ford became Le Mans champion once again. For automotive enthusiasts, the GT40 saga is a reminder of competitive spirit. The rivalries, challenges, and triumphs turned this machine into a legend. At every turn of its journey, the GT40 demonstrated resilience, determination, and power. And in the end, Ford not only won on the tracks but also in the hearts of aficionados.